Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX. I'm Bill, AJ8B. The following DX information comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the Daily DX, the Weekly DX, and the How's DX column in QST. If you would like a free 2-week trial of the Daily DX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com. We have some bad news on a DXpedition that we had announced a couple weeks ago. San Ambrosia Island, Charlie Echo Zero slash Zulu, has been canceled. Quote, this is to inform the DX community that I received today an official response to requests for landing and operating from San Ambrosia Island. The relevant authorities communicated to me that they are looking into processing my application for the 2026 fishing season, which runs from September 2026 to March 2027. In view of the above, the radioactivity originally scheduled for January and February of this year must be regretfully postponed. I want to convey to the DX community that I remain fully committed to bringing this rare DXCC entity, ranked number 3 of the most wanted list, back on the air. As such, I will continue to pursue this project with professionalism and determination, seeking a successful outcome. Thank you. Well done. Great effort, Philippe Gutierrez, X-Ray Quebec 7, India Romeo. My hat's off to you for even trying. And I got a hunch you'll get there. You're very persistent, so good luck. I also have a 3 Yankee stroke B Bouvet Island update. The ARRL has awarded the Colvin Grant to the 3Y0 Kilo Bouvet DXpedition, one of the most expensive ham radio DXpeditions ever, with a $1.7 million budget, largely allocated to secure a reliable Arctic-Antarctic vessel for the remote island operation. The international team of 24 operators, including 2 young hams, will utilize helicopters to land on the glacier-covered island, prioritizing safety for all personnel. The Colvin Award, established by Lloyd and Iris, W6KG and W6QL Colvin, supports amateur radio projects that foster global goodwill, and additional funding has come from several DX foundations. The February 2026 3 Yankee Zero Kilo Expedition's complete log will be uploaded to ARL's Logbook of the World within a year, aiding operators in pursuing DXCC awards, and the team continues to seek further financial support from the amateur radio community, end quote. Well, good luck to them. That is a major undertaking and a quite dangerous area. So our thoughts and prayers are with them, and I hope to get them in the log. Well, I also have an update on the South Georgia DXpedition, the VP0SG, which is scheduled for 27. I know it's a little bit off, but heck, if it's January 27, it's basically less than a year. Quote, the team is now finalized with the addition of Violetta, Kilo November 2 Papa. The VP0SG South Georgia 2027 DXpedition team, organized by the Amateur Radio DXpedition Group, ARD, is pleased to announce that the team is now complete by adding Violetta KN2P. Licensed since 2012, Violetta represents the next generation of active DXers, bringing strong operating skills and international experience. She's operated from major contest stations including W3LPL, K3LR, PJ2 Tango, and Juliet 62 Kilo, and has prior DXpedition experience as part of the Echo 51 Mike Whiskey Alpha DXpedition. Outside amateur radio, Violetta is a single and multi-engine flight instructor, contributing strong operational awareness and safety-oriented experience to the team. With this addition, the Victor Papa Zero Sugar Golf team is now finalized, and preparations continue toward the planned March 2027 activation of South Georgia, subject to final permitting. And good luck to them. That's another very difficult place to operate from, and I'm sure they'll pull it off. Finally, we have an update on the Tokelau Islands DXpedition. Quote, since its formation in 2013, the Perseverance DX Group, the PDXG, has conducted 6 DXpeditions, logging over 460,000 QSOs. From being chased off of Mellish Reef by a cyclone to living on an Antarctic island for 2 weeks and crossing the reef at Clipperton Island, PDXG continues to plan projects that create fun and excitement on the bands for all amateur radio enthusiasts. After their successful 2024 TX5S Clipperton Island DXpedition, The Perseverance DX Group is pleased to announce a joint project with members of the Western Washington DX Club. It is our intent to activate Tokelau Island, which is designated as OC-048, Club Log's number 42 worldwide and number 24 in Europe ranking. It will have been 7 years since the last Tokelau DXpedition. The written permission to enter the island we have in hand. Planning has begun for a DXpedition in November of 2026. A team of experienced DX and contest operators will operate for up to 13 days. 5 operating positions are planned for 160 through 6 meters, utilizing CW, sideband, and digital operations. The team will meet in Apia, Samoa, and take a 30-hour ferry ride to the island. The government of Tokelau is handling all the logistic arrangements, including travel to the island, operating location, sleeping arrangements, and meals. The call sign will be announced later. Throughout the application process, we appreciate the cooperation and assistance from the Council of Elders and other governmental officials, end quote. That's really exciting. I'm sure these guys will pull it off. So there's quite a bit of DX and stuff coming out in the next year or so. So you need to pay attention. So more near term on the calendar, we have the British Virgin Islands, VP2V. Sorry about that. Whiskey 5, Gulf India. Jonathan has returned to Anegda Island in the British Virgin Islands in his QRV as Victor Papa 2 Victor stroke Whiskey 5, Gulf India until January 20th. He is hopeful to work 1,000 stations from POTA designation Victor Juliet, Victor Golf -0021. Listen for him on sideband and FT8 for both the park and his living QTH. He will be mainly on 20 meters, but can also operate on 40, 17, 15, 12, and 10. From St. Helena Island, which is Zulu Delta 7, we have this. Casey, Alpha Charlie 1 Golf Quebec, will be on St. Helena Island from January 10th to the 24th. He plans to operate with a QRP rig and an end-fed antenna on the 40 and 20 meter bands if possible. Casey will bring a copy of his home amateur radio license and is seeking advice on applying for a ZD7 license. So if someone can help him, contact Alpha Charlie 1 Golf Quebec or me, thedxmentor@gmail.com. Well, this one's right around the corner, and you're going to read about this in all the ham radio press. Quote, in collaboration with the Vieques Island Amateur Radio Club, which is NP3VI, and the Manyana DXFoundation, we are proud to announce the KP5 stroke Nancy Papa 3 Victor India DXpedition, a landmark DXpedition to Desecheo Island, which is KP5, currently ranked by Club Log as the 14th most wanted DXCC entity worldwide. Located approximately 13 miles off the west coast of Puerto Rico, Desecheo Island has not been activated since 2009. This operation represents the first Puerto Rican DXpedition to Desecheo in 48 years, following the historic Kilo Papa 4 Alpha Mike stroke Delta activation in 1978. The primary mission of this DXpedition is to provide an all-time new one to as many amateur radio operators worldwide as possible. Operators from Puerto Rico and international locations will participate to maximize coverage, band availability, and global accessibility. To ensure continuous global on-air presence, 2 self-sustained remote deployable units provided by the Manyana DXFoundation will be deployed on the island. These stations will operate 24 hours per day for 30 consecutive days, utilizing state-of-the-art remote operating infrastructure from remote ham radio. Operations will be live streamed, and there will be a real-time activity updates via Club Log. Nancy Papa 4 Golf, Dr. Otis Vicens is DXpedition leader, and Nancy 2 Alpha Juliet, Stephen Haas is media officer and pilot. And kind of stay tuned because the DX Mentor should be having a on-island interview with Otis here in about a week or so. Philippe, Delta Kilo 6 Sugar Papa, and Sven, Delta Juliet 4 Mike X-Ray, have announced the next adventure of the next generation DX Club. Quote, this time, our young and ambitious team will travel to the People's Republic of Bangladesh, better known as S2, to the amateur radio community. After bringing you 8 Radio 7 X-Ray Guyana in 2024 and Victor 73 Whiskey the Marshall Islands last year, we are ready to make waves from one of Asia's most exciting and underactivated locations. More information about call signs, dates, and operators will follow. And here, if you've been following me, you know that I need Bangladesh in the worst way. Lima Zulu Zero Alpha, the South Shetland Islands. Lima Zulu 1 Alpha Alpha Whiskey, Evo, is on his way to the South Shetland Islands where he will be working during the 34th Bulgarian Antarctic expedition. If you've been tuning around at all or watching spots, he is already QRV and will be so until February 16th, plus or minus 2 days. Ivo expects to be on 20 meters and possibly other bands on sideband FT8 and FT4. From Cambodia, which is X-Ray United, Delta Lima 7 Bravo Oscar. Tom, who is QRV until January 18th, is using now the call sign X-Ray Uniform 7 Oscar. He will be active on 160 through 6 meters using CW sideband and FT8 with a focus on the lower bands. QSL information remains direct to Delta Juliet 4 Whiskey Kilo or via LOTW, Club Log, or EQSL. Peter, Fox 4 Golf Papa Kilo, is QRV as Tango Oscar 2 Fox Yankee until January 15th from French Guiana, which is Fox Yankee. From Africa, we get the Gambia, Charlie 5 Yankee Kilo. Andre, Oscar Never 7 Yankee Kilo, is QRV from the Gambia as Charlie 5 Yankee Kilo until January 25th. He is operating on sideband, RIDI, PSK, FT8, FT4, and some CW on 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10 meters. And you can QSL only via LOTW or EQSL or direct to Oscar November 7 Yankee Kilo. He does post his logbook on his website. Michael, whose call sign is Oscar X-Ray 3 Mike Charlie, from Greenland, operates out of the space base in northwestern Greenland. His upcoming assignment runs until February 25th, 2026. Michael is most active on weekends starting around 0400 Zulu and sometimes works radio in the evenings after 2100 Zulu. Michael works HF single sideband 160 through 10 meters and QSL via the Danish Oscar Zulu Bureau. From Kenya, we have 5 Zulu. Not an expedition, but on the air casually, quote, holiday style, will be Oscar Zulu 6 Alpha Bravo Lima stroke 5Z4, Michael Johansson. And he'll be there, QRV, from January 15th to the 28th. He says he will try to get on the air as much as possible, but it is holiday style. It's his 14th trip to Kenya, but the first time taking a radio along. Michael will be on 80 through 6 meters, but he did not get permission for 60 meters. And you can QSL him as well to Oscar Zulu 6 Alpha Bravo Lima. From X-Ray Tango, which is Burkina Faso, we have the following. Max Delta Kilo 1 Mike Alpha X-Ray is QRV from Burkina Faso until January 11th, operating as X-Ray Tango 2 Mike Alpha X-Ray. He's using an IC 7300 rig with up to 100 watts of power, working mostly on 20 meters to 6 meter bands, possibly lower bands if conditions allow. The modes will be CW sideband and the FTs. QSLs will be handled by Echo Alpha 5 Golf Lima and Club Log. From Kosovo, Zulu 6, we have the following. Hotel Bravo 9, Tango Sugar Whiskey, Gabe is QRV, is Zulu 68, Bravo Golf from Slatina Air Base, Kosovo, until January 28th, using CW only. For direct QSL, send an SAE with three green stamps to Hotel Bravo 9, Tango Sugar Whiskey. Benin, Tango Yankee. Tango Yankee 5 Golf is Gerard, Fox 5 November Victor Fox, and he's QRV until April 6th. He will upload the club to Club Log and also have some live streaming. QSL via LOTW. Thank you to the 425 DX News for this one. The DX Mentor features a new YouTube episode this coming weekend, a discussion with Dave, KJ9I, about 6 meters, 6 meter EME, and a potential EME DXpedition. Check it out and let me know what you think. Well, that's quite a bit of information, but there it is. Until next week, this is Bill, AJ8B, saying 7-3, and thanks to my XYL Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pileups. Have a great DX week.